Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Get acquainted. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Everybody, make sure you like and share the video. Make sure you subscribe to the Hood Table on YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitter. We on stereo. And we also have a website, thehoodtable.com. So come on in. Let's get ready for this review.
You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the Hood Table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back until you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the Hood Table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the Hood Table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Come on in. Everybody, please come on in. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the show. We got another review tonight for you guys, and it is Ruthless. And we are now we're still on season 1, but we are now on episode 23, and it was called Live Bait. So I do believe, let me see. Today is Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Oh. Hold up. Today, let's see. 21, 22, 23. Okay, yes. Today is Tuesday. So the next episode of Ruthless comes on Thursday night. That'll be episode 24. I think that's actually the last episode of the season. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 24 is actually the last episode of the season. But as always, hold on, let me turn around my feedback. But as always, please, especially if you watch the show, make sure you comment in the chat your thoughts on the show. And if anybody comes in after the video is over, and you watch the repeat or the replay, make sure you comment in the comment section what you thought about the show. Please and thank you very, very much. I just want to make sure I'm coming in okay. Everybody, make sure you like and share. Okay, sounds good. If I do sound a bit off, please let me know and I'll adjust the mic. Thank you. But yes. As far as Ruthless though, episode 23. Ruth, she done lived to see another day, y'all. Ruth done lived to see another day. Now, I was like, what is the highest trying to do to her? With this big old long sword. And has he ever used that sword on anybody before? I don't know. But I think the highest was basically just trying to scare her into a confession, sleeping with Daikon, or maybe frighten her from trying to sleep with Daikon or any other man on the compound for that matter. But after, leaving her in the trailer, due to Lilo being there once again, that mother, he a whole hot mess. He a hot mess. But he had to leave Ruth in the trailer. Because Daikon had told him that Lilo was there. He did ask Daikon, were you trying to rescue me? Were you trying to save me? Were you trying, I think he was reading into it, like what Daikon was doing. They was banging on the door, like the FBI, like the squad was out there the same way that Ruth and Tally was banging on that schoolhouse door. Remember when they was trying to save the kids? But anywho, the highest did tell Daikon that Ruth is expendable. In other words, they can do without her. Because hell, she done been ran all up and through. I'm so surprised she's there anyway this long. She's been ran all up and through. She used to be a prostitute. She used to work streets. Which brings me back up to Lilo. The last time we saw Lilo, he had dropped Lacey back off at the compound because she was, as he describes, I love the way he described her, as wider than a tugboat. Her being a loosey goosey or ran through with a lot of miles on her, however you want to call it, was not good for business for Lilo. And speaking of business, Lilo had informed the highest that every time he pays him a visit, basically don't try nothing. Don't try shit. Because he saw the sword in the highest hand. He didn't act a bit afraid, though. He didn't act afraid, but he noticed that sword in his hand, and he knows that he gets under people's skin. Like, he gets underneath all of their skin, from the highest on down to Mother, on down to Daikon, Oliver. He gets under everybody's skin. So he was kind of trying to inform him or warn him that every time he pays a visit to the highest, the cartel knows all about it. They know all about it because not only does the highest owe Lilo money, but therefore he also owes money to the cartel as well. How much money? How much money he owes? I don't know. I don't know how much money he owes, but evidently Lilo has been laundering money through the cult for some time now because it qualifies as a church. So of course, the launder money, the building, the establishment has to ring out business, official business, or a church, or something like that. So the code actually, it qualifies as a church. So Lilo, he's been making a lot of money from laundering, drug smuggling, and only giving the cult like $10,000, which I'm sure he probably actually owes them instead of the cult owing him money. But, before Lilo said that, I was like thinking, the highest, maybe you should like use that sword, the same sword that he threatened Ruth with, to slice Lilo clean across that throat. That's the kind of sword that you use to chop a whole nigger's head off. He could have chopped his whole head off, chopped up his arms, legs, and everything, and threw him in the river somewhere, or I don't know. But anyway, then Lilo was like, "Yeah, okay, you think you want to try something?" I think he kind of was like, reading the highest, like the highest was angry. He was angry, but he can't stand up to Lilo because, the highest was in prison. Daikon was in prison. That's the, probation officer. And you know what I'm saying? They gotta stay clean. They gotta stay clean. And the only way that they can get all this land for that, the code for the compound, is if they do what Lilo wants them to do. So anyway, Lilo was talking big shit. But not only is he still pissed about Lacey being wider than a tugboat, but he's also upset that the children on the compound aren't ready to be used as mules for his drugs. But the children couldn't even handle the assignment until Yancey, the mechanic, gets the bus up and running. He hasn't been doing a good job getting the bus up and running. So since Lilo needs the drugs moved so bad, he's going to supply them. Well, I thought he was going to supply them with a bus because that's like what they really need. It's a lot of kids there. But then again, I don't know how many kids they plan on using, but Lilo's going to supply them with a van. And he told them he'll be there the next day. They better have the kids ready. They better have them trained. I wonder how they've been training the kids. Like, how do you train a kid to swallow dope with a condom? Like, do they practice? Do you fill drugs up? Do you literally fill condoms up with drugs and then give it to the kids and have them practice swallowing it and then releasing it on the other end? Like, how do you train a kid to smuggle drugs? But anyway, that's how it's going to go down. The kids are going to swallow condom filled with drugs. And I guess they're going to hold them in till they get to wherever they're trying to go. But depending on how far they are going, I don't see this ending well for all of the children. I see some kids maybe dying or getting sick, or I don't know. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. But also with these children, one might think it's cruel. Matter of fact, if you're not a troll, please let me know, because I did block somebody who had commented in the chat before I even started the live. What they had said was something like, uh, Tyler Perry, you are sick. What happened to all your shows with God or something? You got a sick mind. All this stuff that you're talking about in the show is sick and da 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 da. What's going on? They was just, going in about the show Ruthless. And I'm like, everybody has their, opinion or whatnot. But I felt like they weren't a Tyler Perry fan of the show at all. So if you're not a fan of the show, why are you entertaining yourself by watching me do a review of the show? But if you're not a troll, you can always hit me up in my DM on the Hood Table on IG. Let me know and I'll unblock you. But I just felt the need to block you because you came in really strong with your opinions of the show. And me personally, if I don't like a show, I don't watch it. And I definitely don't watch nobody reviewing a show that I don't watch. So on that note, again, where I was saying was a lot of people might think that's cruel, but remember the Rakus, when it comes to men and women, especially with sex, when it comes to men and women, they don't see men and women. They don't see man. They don't see Adam. They don't see Eve. They just see beings. And also when it comes to age, they don't see age. So using these young children that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to be mules, to swallow condoms filled with drugs and to sell them off and all that, they don't see age. And again, they definitely don't see sex as far as man or woman. But anyway, so that doesn't even come into play. That doesn't even come into consideration, with the code, with the decisions that the highest be making when it comes to those little cheering. But as usual, back to Lilo. He do be having me cracking up sometime, and y'all have to admit too that Lilo is a whole bitch. He's a bitch nigga. He is. But at times he be having me cracking up because he's kind of funny at the same time. Like he's so theatrical and he's over the top, but sometimes it comes as comedy. But anyway, he is tired of driving up there whenever he needs to talk to the highest, whenever he needs to discuss something with him, business, transaction, whatever, new girls, drugs, whatever, he has to drive up there all the time. He don't like doing that. And he's like, why the hell won't y'all get some cell phones? Now, we do know that Daikon, he has a cell phone. Andrew had his hands on a cell phone. I think the highest, I think he has a cell phone too. But out of everybody up there, I think those are the only ones that do have a cell phone. So why can't he contact them by cell phone? I don't know. Maybe they don't have that much service. Maybe they pay by the minutes. I mean, I don't know. Can't say they ain't got a cricket phone because I got one of them and I've been having cricket since cricket had cricket. And I love my little cricket service shoes. $65 a month, every month for everything. But anywho, and he's also, upset because he has to drive up there. Instead of calling up there. He's crazy. He's deranged. He's shady. I think he needs to be handled. But the way he was talking about basically the van and the kids, and they better be ready and they better be trained to go. Then he starts snapping at Mother. Now, mind you, I'm not a fan of Mother. Y'all already know that Elder Mother and her sidekick, Elder Agnes. I ain't too fond of her either, but definitely not Elder Mother. But I need to know what she put in that food. Because when he demanded that Elder Mother, he always called her bitch. Now, Daikon did call her bitch last time, like, yo, bitch. But she was teasing Daikon because she thought he was going to the punishment trailer for allegedly having sex with Ru. But this damn Lilo, he always refer to Mother as the old bitch. He cannot stand old people, or let me say politically correct term that some old people might prefer, which is elders. He do not like elders or the elderly. But anyway, he was like, tell that old bitch to make me something to eat. And I was thinking, come on now, Mother. Go ahead and put him a little something in that porridge or whatever she was making. Go ahead and put him a little something in there, some rat poison, some I don't know, some bleach, like old girl had drank. But no, he would have smelled that. He would have smelled that. But yeah, like some rat poison, something like that. So he can die because he sure said mother just needs to curl up and die, you old bitch. Y'all, I'll be hollering. I'll be hollering. Again, he is grimy. He's a snake. He's pathetic. But sometimes I'm telling y'all, he be having me cracking up. But anyway, when I was up there thinking about mother put something in his food, like some rat poison and stuff, right after he finished his meal and was acting like he was going to rape the young lady who was doing the books, his stomach started churning. His stomach started bubbling. His stomach started percolating. He started passing gas. I don't even know if he was like catching on. Like maybe something was in the food that shouldn't have been in the food. He was up there fanning his butt, fanning the smell away. I was cracking. I was like, go ahead, mother. Go ahead, mother. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling you today. I'm feeling you this episode, but I wasn't feeling her for long. But we'll get to that a little later. Let's move on to Lynn and her cousin Cynthia. Now, they are still kicking it at Cynthia's crib, having some girl talk, discussing both of their husbands. Cynthia, we know, is still reeling from the fact that her husband, Malcolm, is cheating on her with her homegirl, Sarah, which is Andrew's wife. Now, Cynthia has so many problems right now compared to Lynn, but Lynn ain't trying to hear her problems. She didn't try to hear her problems when she first got there last week. She still ain't trying to hear her problems because Lynn is just going through so much right now, mainly being drugged up half the damn time. But is it because of the cult, the drugs, or because of Daikon? That Lynn can't see how much her husband Brian really loves her and really trying to support her and be there for her. I don't know. Y'all let me know which one it is. Is it the drugs? Is it the cult? Is it Daikon? She claims that she was lonely. She claims that she was lonely and that she just don't want to be with her husband Brian anymore. She needs some excitement in her life. After she visited the cult, after Daikon came to visit her, after he gave her some drugs and whatever else he gave her, I thought she would have been back at the cult a long, long time ago. But she's still at the crib with her husband, giving him hell, giving him shit. But anyway, anyway, Lynn wants a bad boy type of guy. Not necessarily like a thug or anything like that, but again, she needs some excitement. And I guess to her, this cult brings excitement because she really don't know what goes on there. Nobody really knows what goes on at these cults until they're actually in the cults, even though we see it time and time again from Jim Jones, people drinking the Kool-Aid, everybody down there dying. Nature Boy, who we see on social media every day, and again, as far as Violet, I'm not too sure that Violet has left for good, even though Miss Sislo, my sister from another mister, my moderator, and another YouTuber, Sislo Newsworthy Updates, she believes that Violet is gone for good. But we're going to chat with Sislo about Nature Boy and his cult on her channel. She's going to hit me up when she goes live about that because, she be having all the tea on that cult and the cult members and the ex-cult members. I wish she could somehow possibly reach out to them and do an interview. I would love for Miss Sislo to interview one of the ex-cult members. But anyway, back to this show and dealing with this cult. This Lynn, as far as her running a bad boy or whatnot. Again, I don't think she really wants a thug. She just wants some excitement. The cult seems exciting to her, but her husband, who has a job at the FBI, one would think maybe she would try to get a job with him. I mean, an FBI agent, any job in the police department, detective, FBI, undercover. I mean, you would think they're exciting, right? But no, she wants to be somewhere where she can freely use drugs and probably have sex with other people and not be under the scrutiny of her FBI husband, Brian. So, whether it's Daikon, whether it's the drugs, I don't know. But as far as her husband, as far as Cynthia, her husband Malcolm, he has stopped by Sarah and Andrew's house to inform her um to inform Sarah that Cynthia might press charges, against him for putting his hands on her. He hit her. He cheating on her. Not just cheating, but with her best friend or girlfriend, good Judy. He hit her. He put a gun on her. Then when she got back to the house, he knocked her ass out on the floor. She hit her head on the end table. Then he tried to smother her damn near. I sure thought he was going to smother her ass when he had his hands around her mouth because she kept screaming and screaming for help and everything. So I thought he was going to smother her. I thought she was just dead. Thought she was gone. Like, okay, one person eliminated. Now he only has to deal with his side piece, his husband, Andrew. That's who he gotta deal with now. But how is Andrew gonna deal with them? Because when he stopped back by over Sarah and Andrew's house to inform her about Cynthia possibly pressing charges, who was lurking across the street waiting to catch Malcolm and Sarah slipping? Well, actually, I think he was trying to catch Sarah slipping. Not so much Malcolm, but hey, kill two birds with one stone, right? But Sarah's husband, Andrew, was creeping through the bushes across the street, lurking, spying on the house, and he saw Malcolm come through the door. Then he snuck into the house. He snuck up to the house so he can get to the house. Now remember, after he snuck away from the compound, he had lied to mother. He had lied to Daikon, saying he was going to the grocery store. He ended up at his wife's house, him and his wife's house, Sarah, and found out that they were sleeping around, him and Malcolm. So when he got back to the cult, the highest for punishment or discipline told him if he wants to remain within the cult, that he has to kill his wife because she's evil, she's the devil, she's no good. Out of all the things that they're doing up there, Sarah is evil. Yes, she wrong. She's cheating on her husband. She's committing adultery. Whatever, whatever. But they doing a lot worse. They about to send a whole van load of children to smuggle drugs down their throat with condoms. So again, who's the devil? But anyway, Andrew demanded when he busted in, he demanded that they tell him why. Why are they cheating on each other? Now we know Andrew is messing around with Tally. We know Andrew supposedly got Tally pregnant. But Andrew didn't start messing around with Tally until after he realized his wife was cheating on him with Malcolm. So he still wants to know why though. She don't know about him and Tally though yet. He don't know. She don't know. Now Malcolm had told her oh God, this was probably 4 or 5 episodes ago. He was like, how do you know your husband being faithful? How do you know he's not doing something up there at that cult? How do you know that he's coming back? How do you know? He was putting thoughts in her head. Yeah, he was putting thoughts in her head, but she don't have no full proof that Andrew is messing around like Andrew has on her and Malcolm. So anyway, it didn't matter what excuse they gave. Sarah again told him, I was lonely. Malcolm was there to comfort me. He wasn't at home to comfort his wife. So he came to my house to comfort me. But again, it didn't matter. He was pissed. It didn't matter what they said, what kind of excuse that Sarah or Malcolm tried to come up with. But Andrew was sent there to do one thing and one thing only. So, one thing only. I get that from Kaya. Kaya, y'all be watching Kaya on her YouTube or IG. She be like, only. Yeah, that's Kaya right there. But so do y'all think he will kill Ruth? Malcolm? Both? Let me know what y'all think gonna happen. A new episode come on Thursday. That's 2 days away. I cannot wait till the new episode come on. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that part. Hey Miss Hall, how you doing, honey? You said Mario said he don't like Ruthless. You don't like Ruthless? It's okay. You know what? I always say I understand. I absolutely understand why some people don't care for Ruthless. I absolutely do. Absolutely do. I have a very wide, broad imagination when it comes to television and TV shows and movies. So, you know, nothing in here really offends me to the point where I'm like, I can't watch it. But anyway, thank you, Ms. Hall. Yes, tell them support Tanya. Cash App the Hood Table 402 if you would like. It's not, required, but it's always welcome, to cash up your girl, but anywho. So y'all let me know. Do y'all think that Andrew would kill them? Do y'all think he would pull it off? Moving right along. Lacey, Elder Mother, Elder Agnes. Those two old, ugly. They get on my nerves. Okay, they get on my nerves. Even though Elder Mother, she kind of like with Lilo, she be having me cracking up sometimes with her, gestures or her smart gimmicks or whatever she be saying. But anywho, now that Lacey is back with the others, Elder Mother done made sure that Lacey got her butt in that shower, the public shower. I just don't understand why they gotta have a public shower, and then it's not like it goes like above their head or something like that. You can walk past and see everything on the men. And Oliver. Okay. And everything on the women. Everything on the man folk and everything on the women folk because they outside like showering. They got toilets. They got outhouse toilets that don't even cover their size. You can just see them sitting right there on the toilet doing their business. I'm like, come on, child. Anywho, you said watching as you talk about Ruthless because you know I dropped off. Thank you. I enjoy talking about this show too. I think it's only 2 or 3 shows that I'm doing right now because some of them have ended for the season. So I'm waiting on some of my other shows that I like to start up again. But anyhow, I'm here for Ruthless, y'all. I'm here for Ruthless. So Lacey, she's back. Elder Mother made sure that she washed up really good, cleanse herself from whatever she had done on assignment. Now, Elder Mother, she's so sarcastic. She's like, I can smell the men on you, child. That's how she talks. Is she supposed to be from another country? I don't know. But her accent, she like, I can smell the men on you, child. You need to wash up. You stank. You stank. Now, Lacey, who is distraught, she's traumatized to say the least. She claimed that she was raped. Now, we know this. And I think the mothers know this too, but they trying to act like ain't nothing happened that was out of the norm. Ain't nothing happened. Both the elders took it as a big joke. They was laughing at her. They was downplaying what really happened to her. Elder Mother said, you can't rape the willing child. I love... When she said child, you cannot rape the willing child. And then they said that because, before when Lacey had before she had to do her assignment and leave with Lilo, the mother did ask her, are you sure you ready? You sure you ready for this assignment? You sure you are willing to do whatever it takes to please the highest? And Lacey, not being naive and gullible, I suppose, she was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'll do anything for the highest. I love the highest. I will give myself, okay. So anyway, she didn't realize that assignment might have included her being raped repeatedly by Lilo and maybe who knows how many others, because Lilo, when he was talking to Oliver some episodes ago, he said it was like 20, 25 men, I think, if I remember correctly. Could have been more or less, but he brought her back. He only had her for a few weeks, but he brought her back because they were trying to say that she was too used before she even got there. I don't know. I think that's just an excuse for them to get another girl. But we do know that she wasn't a virgin, and Lilo knew she wasn't a virgin. So that was the biggest problem. Not the fact that she has had sex before, maybe multiple times or whatever, or maybe with a big old horse peen dragon man like Oliver, her man, but it was just because she wasn't a virgin. And that's what Lilo prefers is virgins. You said you can tell I enjoyed the show. Probably too much. Yes, Queen Sugar's coming back, and you know we gonna be all up in there, all up in like Flynn. Miss Hall, you know we gonna be reviewing us some Queen Sugar. Ooh, ooh, that dark, fine specimen of a man in that show. Mm-mm-mm. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Queen Sugar. But anywho, mother said you cannot rape the willing. And they also said, you stated you was willing to please the highest. You was willing to do anything to please the highest. So what you complaining for now? Again, she didn't consider being raped as one of her assignments. She didn't quite know what she was going to do. But yeah, those sicko witches, those two old ladies. Yes, Ralph Angel, he is fine as wine, dark as sin. Woo! The blacker the berry, you know the rest. And I love me a dark skinned black man. But anyway, yeah. So those two old hens, those two old witches, they were just so tickled at the Spencer Lacey's mistreatment. But will Lacey turn around, you guys, and warn the other women, the other young girls or young ladies, what could very well happen to them if they pledge to do whatever it takes to please the highest? That's my question for that storyline. I don't know. But for now, she's trying to avoid her baby daddy, Oliver. She is way too much embarrassed, too ashamed. You know what she had participated in, whether it was willingly or unwillingly. Willingly, she can't face him. She don't want to face him. That was her man. She loves him. He loves her. He damn near wants to kill for her. And I kind of think he might be the one to handle Lilo. I kind of think so. But I don't know. I keep saying I think Oliver is kind of slow. He's big, he's strong, but he's still asking, what happened to her? Why she don't want to talk to me? What did they do to her? I don't know what's wrong. Like, your girl left looking presentable. She was gone for weeks. You know Lilo comes there to get girls and drugs, and that's the only two reasons he come there, for girls and drugs. And she comes back beat up, bruised up, looking like somebody done dragged her through the swamps and hung her to dry. And he's still like, what happened to her? I don't understand what they do to her. Well, they sure as hell didn't take her on vacation. Oliver. But moving right along to Brian and the sheriff. Brian and the sheriff. So Brian had visited the local store near the cult to do a little investigation. Normally, the ladies at the cult, the ones that do the shopping, they do the shopping on Thursdays. But according to Dale, the guy at the grocery store, no grocery shopping was done this Thursday. But when Brian walked into the sheriff's office, was that some naughty porn that he was watching? And not only porn, but his deputy and the cult member Melinda having sex. Now, I was wondering, I swear I was wondering, I might have mentioned it to y'all, but I was like, I'm sure the sheriff's office got some security cameras. Melinda drugged that man. And then after where she got on top of him and they was doing it and whatnot, and and the sheriff is watching the video. The sheriff is watching the video. He is enjoying it. He is enjoying the video a little too much. Now, my thing was, I would think, okay, y'all in here, you got this woman in here. Why? And why are y'all in my office? But he was just enjoying the video. He was just enjoying the video, and the deputy is enjoying Melinda, but Melinda isn't enjoying the deputy. She's still on assignment, trying to gain some intel. Now y'all remember she when they first went through the sheriff's department, they was looking for some evidence, something hardcore, proving that the sheriffs or the cops had something on the cult. They didn't find anything. They didn't find anything. So she's still just using up the deputy, playing nice, playing like this goody girl who, remember, she had initially told him that she was running away from an abusive boyfriend. She was sleeping in her car. Her car, I don't know what the hell happened to the car. The car broke down. I don't know. She left the car parked somewhere. I don't know. But he's trying to treat her like a girlfriend, like his woman, and he's trying to keep her there with him at his house. He don't want her to go back up there to the cold. And she keeps telling him, I'm not going. But we know she'll be back up there. We'll be back up there. So what do y'all think is going to happen next with them two? Because it doesn't seem like Melinda's getting anywhere with the deputy. It doesn't seem like they're getting anywhere. You said doing it well. Hey, LL Cool J. But yeah, that's all I got on this episode. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'm looking forward to next episode because I want to find out what is Andrew gonna do. What is Andrew gonna do? Is Cynthia gonna go and press charges against her husband Malcolm for hitting her? Is Lynn gonna run back up to the cold? Is she gonna finally call Daikon? Like, what's up with Lynn? I mean, she wants to go back to the cold. She wants to go back to Daikon, get her some free drugs or something. Lynn, I think, is gonna be one of the ones who's gonna be very naive. Don't know what she getting into. She gonna get up there and they gonna pass her around just like Lilo was doing. And then did y'all hear what Lilo had said to the girl who was doing the books? When he was asking her all those questions, he was rushing her to hurry up because he's on the clock. He's on the clock. The cartel needs their money and he needs to get them kids, the drugs, he need to get everything situated. He asked her, has she ever been in an orgy? So ain't no telling what they did to poor old Lacey or anybody else up there. Mm. Mm. But anyway, everybody, make sure again you like and share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table. The people who watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us from Facebook, please come on over to YouTube as well and subscribe to our channel, The Hood Table, DAHOOD Table. We on Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, and Stereo. And we also have a website called thehoodtable.com. And tomorrow, for the people who are signed up for our to receive our monthly newsletter from thehoodtable.com, I am going to be typing that up tomorrow. Again, I had told you guys that this month the newsletter was not going out at the beginning of the month because so much stuff was going on, and I wanted to include it all in this January newsletter, from the new president and VP Kamala and Biden, to a lot of stuff that's been going on from the mob at the White House. There's just so much been going on. Stimulus checks. Yeah, so that's why I didn't do my normal monthly newsletter at the beginning of the month, because I wanted to wait till some stuff kind of accumulated so I can put a lot of info in there. And then I'm also going to include some shows that we're going to have coming up, some discussions that Carmel Diva and I, have thought about to put together. And, just updates, the usual kind of stuff in the newsletters, how it goes. So anyway, if you guys are not signed up for our newsletter and you want to receive our newsletter, which only comes out once a month, I do not flood your emails because I don't like when people flood my emails. So we only send out the newsletter once a month. So if you want to sign up to that, go over to the hoodtable.com website and click sign up for the newsletter. So yes. And on that note, you guys, everybody stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant as always, and don't forget to always keep it hood. I'm out. Are we fuzzy? Are we fuzzy? Okay, I backed out and came back in because the video looked a little bit fuzzy. And Miss Hall, you spelled it wrong. You spelled it wrong, Miss Hall. Delete the comment you just made, Miss Hall, because you spelled it wrong. You spelled it H OID. I know you didn't mean to do that, but yeah, delete that comment and retype it, or I can type it. If you are, let me just. Oh, you did it? Okay, I didn't know if you were still in here because I was going to do it for you. Thank you, love. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. But yeah, I just went out and came back in because I thought it was a little bit fuzzy and I didn't want to leave on a fuzzy note. I crack myself up sometimes. But anywho, thank you, Miss Hogg. I appreciate it. But yeah, our website is thehoodtable.com. Just like our YouTube name is The Hood Table. So our website is thehoodtable.com. So that's where you can sign up for our monthly newsletters that come out once a month. And do y'all like my shirt? I showed some people when I came in, I was dancing to our little theme song. Ow. Ow. I wish a Karen would. I wish a Karen would. We all need that shirt. I'm telling you, we all need a shirt that says, I wish a Karen would. I be trying to wear this shirt every time I go to Walmart. Don't ask me why Walmart. But anyway, yes, I just got my shirt last week or last weekend. I wish a Karen would. This is 2021, and I wish a Karen would. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all gonna, boy, you think some people be on World Star trending on YouTube, trending on social media, period? Let her see. I was about to use the N word. I try not to use the N word. Well, actually, I don't try not to use the N word. I try to say stuff like nigga or something like that when I'm on the show. When I ain't on the show and I'm just a but anyway, let a Karen try me. Try me. Hey. But anyway, you said what's in that cup? Oh, just some. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you. That's what's in the cup. You know I like my margaritas. I prefer them blended and adding a little bit of fruit in them, adding more fruit in them, like some lime, some things like that. But I ain't had no time to blend. I had literally worked 12 hours. Y'all know I'd be working like 12 hours. And then I took like me a little mini nap for about an hour. Then I got up, got dressed, you know, made me a little drink and come on live. So yeah. Mm-mm. But I do prefer them blended. But yes. So again, let me get out of here, you guys. Stay blessed, stay safe, remain vigilant, and as always, keep it hood. Bye. Love you guys.